Hello and good evening. Happy Thursday to you. This is your girl Dawn checking in. Oh boy, it's been a day so far. Yeah, this is your girl Dawn checking in to Jazz Katz on WJZZ Cool TV. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's well. Sorry for the slight delay, but we are back on track and we are ready to rock and roll. Oh, wow, wow, wow. It's like I said, this has been a long, actually, last couple of days, but you know, God is getting me through it, so that's all I can do. Tonight, I've got a fantastic guest coming into the studio, Mr. Alan Denard. He's a trumpeter, activist, all around, wonderful, wonderful young man, one of the young lions of the city of Detroit. So he should be rolling in here in just a few minutes. Got some great guests, coming up on some future shows. So I will most certainly keep you posted. With that, um, excellent, happy news. The Detroit Jazz Festival is going to be live. So look forward to that over the Labor Day weekend. Can't wait to see what the lineup is. I'm hoping, I think Dee Dee Bridgewater's coming this year. So that's one act that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing. So that made the day a little bit better to hear that the Detroit Jazz Festival is coming back live. I am so happy. Chris Collins and the team, Gretchen Valade, her, many thanks to her for funding the jazz Detroit Jazz Festival and some of her many other things that she does, for jazz and music. Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe in Grosse Pointe, one of my favorite spots to hang out. Great food, great music. But yeah, like I said, tonight I've got young lion Alan Denard coming into the studio. You may have seen him, on the news, at many different protests, over the last year or so. So I'm just looking forward to catching up with him, seeing what he's been up to, what he's got coming down the pipeline and everything. So yeah, so we're streaming live on WJZZ Cool TV. You can catch us on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. You already know you are watching the coolest show and the coolest station in the world, WJZZ Cool TV. And so, yeah, so I'm just trying to, kill some time waiting on Alan. And I also just ran into a seamstress friend of mine who's made me a couple of pieces. He's here. I'm not sure what show he's doing, but Bonjour Reese. He's here. Excellent seamstress. He's made a couple of pieces for me, over the years. So glad to see him. I know he had some health challenges a little while back, so glad to see that he's doing well. God, what else has been going on? Oh, I got my hands on Lynn Roundtree's new CD, Fluid. If you don't have it, trust me, please pick it up. And I also have Dion Yates' new CD, Quintastic. Had an opportunity to check out a performance on Sunday, this past Sunday, Father's Day, and also Dion's birthday at La Crepe in downtown Royal Oak. Food was amazing. Music was even more amazing. But yeah, so pick up those two new CDs if you don't have them. They are perfect, summer boating CDs, top down CDs to check out. And I look forward to hopefully having both of those cats on my show. I know they're busy. Thank goodness, live music is back and, tours and everything are happening. I know our Ibrahim Jones, he's on the road I think he's with the Spinners. Right now, I think I saw he had posted that he's in California. And, so yeah, so it's just so fantastic, seeing, things, um, you know, coming back to life again. I know we do still have to be a little careful, with the variant that's out here with COVID. Come on in. And so sounds like someone's knocking on the door. So yeah, so this just a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, we must still kind of be careful, be mindful. That COVID is not gone. So we still have to take certain precautions and everything. So um, so that's kind of where we are nowadays. Um, but yeah, think things are going well. Keep sounding like someone's trying to come in the door in the studio, but it's all good. But yeah, so that's been going on. Um, you know, in my world. Come on in. Hold on 1 second. Come on in. Oh, no. Hey, how they say the show must go on. Entering the studio is my awesome guest for tonight, Alan Denard. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well.
Good.
I am well. Very informal. Yeah,
All right.
You've been around me before.
Yes,
so.
yes. Sorry I'm late.
No,
Just
it's
running
okay.
around
No,
doing
stuff
too much.
happens.
All right.
So what's happening? How are you?
I'm good. I had a rehearsal earlier today.
Okay.
I'm playing for the Lansing Jazz Festival. East
Oh,
Lansing,
that's right. This weekend.
With Noah Jackson.
Oh,
Full
yes,
Circle.
yes. Uh-huh.
And that should be good. And I got a few gigs lined up. And yeah, I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Yeah, no, I was just saying before you came in, I'm just so excited that the live music world has opened back up again.
Yes.
And tours are being booked.
Yes.
And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I just, saw that. I think Ibrahim's, he's in California. I think he's with the Spinners and everything. So I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I know, this COVID has hurt just so many people, but especially the musicians.
Yes.
Not having that income.
Yes.
And platforms, I know a lot of them kind of went the streaming route. I know some of them are still doing the streaming route. How do you feel about that?
It's not natural.
Okay.
Like, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
I just did a gig yesterday with Tariq Gardner at the Plymouth Church, and they're doing a live stream music series. I think they started last year.
Okay.
And it's great. They got the equipment and everything, and it's very professional, but no audience.
Yeah.
No audience. So.
Yeah, and I know a lot of musicians. They feed off of the responses and reaction from the audience.
Yeah.
And just like last year, the jazz festival was virtual.
Yeah.
And it was so weird.
It was very weird.
Because normally you walk around the hotel and the space, you see everybody.
Yeah.
There was like nobody.
Yeah, nobody.
And it was like, you were kind of sequestered at the hotel, once you got there.
Yeah.
And couldn't leave.
What
Couldn't leave.
Lockdown.
Yeah,
stay.
So if you went on the other side of the building, you had to get tested and things like that. But thank goodness I read today that they're coming back live.
Live, yes.
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm gonna start doing backflips at the
Yeah.
house. I'm like, oh God, this is so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a chance to look at your bio.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah,
Busy.
I gotta update it.
Busy young man. So what, age of 9?
Yes, the age of 9, I started playing the trumpet. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
So what attracted you to the trumpet?
I actually wanted to play the trombone at first, but my school didn't have enough trombones.
Okay.
So that's how that went down, y'all. But it was a great trumpet player. I think he was at least 2 grades above me.
Okay.
And I just really liked how he played, and I really thought that the trumpet looked cool. And I'm like, I think I'm just gonna choose that. So I went with that, and the rest is history.
Wow, musical family.
Yes. My aunt is a saxophone player. She was the alto saxophone player and bass clarinetist of Griot Galaxy, the 1970s avant-garde band.
Wow. Okay.
And she was very, very close to Jerry Allen. Like, they were best friends.
Wow.
And my dad is a singer. He has his own group, In Flight.
I just saw you guys perform together recently.
It wasn't a performance. It was just an article. And
the
the guy who wrote the article, he knows about both of us. So he just said, I'm gonna mash y'all together.
Okay, got it. When I saw that, I'm like, wait, there was a performance and I
No,
missed it.
no,
Like, what?
no. That was just an article.
Yeah, U of M. How was that experience for you?
It was eye opening. I will say. I wanted to get out of Detroit because to me Detroit is a black bubble. You know, so I wanted to see, you know, outside of the black bubble and see what America is actually like. So I saw that, you know, and you know, U of M is majority white for sure. And you know, of course it was a black community. You know, they had the Black Student Union and all that.
Yes, absolutely.
But the music school wise, it was not that many black people. So I found who I could find.
Right.
And I had a couple people up there with me, like Stephen Grady and my boy James Russell. And, you know, we just made the best out of it. We really did, you know.
So how was that? How did that experience up there at U of M kind of shape you, you know, into who you are today?
Well, first off, the biggest thing up there that I experienced was being mentored by Marcus Belgrave. And he changed my embouchure. He changed the way I played.
Yes.
And that really, you know, I mean, I never had an ego, but it shut it down. It like really crushed it, you know, because I had to start back from square one, you know. And
very humbling, I'm sure.
Yes. But you know, I did not give up. I wanted to give up, and I almost just gave up and became a construction worker. All that.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
because it took at least a year to actually be able to play.
Yeah.
And you know, Marcus is like, just don't give up, you know. But it's gonna be a minute. So that was a struggle, a true struggle, but I overcame it. And you know, I had a lot of inspiration from, of course, the Detroit trumpet players like Dwight Adams, Gracie Biggs, John Douglas, and just I was inspired by just some of my favorite trumpet players such as Freddie Hubbard and Miles, and you know, like Roy Hargrove, and it just really made me want to be my own person as a trumpet player.
Right. Well, I am so glad you didn't give it up.
Yeah, I almost gave up.
I'm glad you didn't. You know, talking to a lot of musicians, everybody, most of them have had those moments where you're like, I'm just gonna stop. But it's like, but why? You know, but coming from a non-musician, you know, I guess I don't understand like the crushing ego experiences coming from some of the greats that didn't give up, and everything. So thank you that you didn't give up.
I'm glad too.
That you didn't give up. And so you just kind of ran down, you know, a list of the musicians, and that was about to be my next question. You know, your most influential musician.
Aside from the Detroit, you know, trumpet players who I just named.
Yes.
My top 5 influences on the trumpet is Freddie Hubbard, Miles Davis, Lee Morgan, Woody Shaw, and Roy Hargrove. Those are my guys. But of course, I love the Clifford Brown, the Blue Mitchell, the Kenny Dorham, of course. But as like stylists, those 5 are my guys.
Wow.
Those are my guys.
Oh, the greats.
Yeah, they just have an approach that I just can relate to, you know.
Oh, wow. So now, out of those that you just listed, who do you wish you could perform with, living or dead, and why?
Perform with, like if I was just a guest, like if they invited me.
Yeah, so say if you're at a concert, you're in the audience, and you've got your trumpet with you. Yeah. And, you know, they say, hey, does anybody here, you know, play the trumpet? If you raise your hand, and a young man, come up, you know, who would that have been?
Oh, man, that's so hard. Real talk?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say Miles Davis.
Okay.
I mean... Yeah, like I don't know, he was such a one-of-a-kind person and a trumpet player. It's between Miles and Roy Hargrove for me. I can't really decide. Okay. But I would say Miles first just because it's Miles Davis. Like, it's Miles Davis, y'all, come on.
Say who wouldn't.
Yeah, right.
You know, who wouldn't want to, you know, because I work with, you know, Ralph Armstrong. And the stories, you know, that he has to share, you know, about Miles. Yeah. And it's like, darn, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall. Probably if I was born back then.
Right.
But to be a fly on the wall, you know, kind of, I guess, what information or what knowledge would you share with some of the younger lions kind of getting into the music business?
Oh, okay. Well, Oops, and that's something that I feel like is not taught in college, in schools in general, high school too. But I would, tell a young musician, right when you graduate, first you have to put yourself out there and play at jam sessions and like just make a name for yourself, word of mouth. Even.
Right.
Like people have to see you and hear that you're good.
Absolutely.
And then I would say you got to market yourself. That's the next step. You got to make a website. You got to make business cards. You got to.
Right.
You gotta. I make my own flyers, like for my shows. I do that.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
you can hire somebody, but I am self-proficient. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you definitely have to record. You have to have some type of recording project. If it's an EP, album, whatever, you have to have that out, and so the world can hear how you sound.
Right.
Because we're in this new age of technology.
Yeah, the digital age.
Yeah,
so how do you, I guess, kind of manage the cost with putting out a single? Because I know it's extremely expensive. Studio time. Musicians.
Well, I've yet to put out a single actually, but I've only put out an EP. But that was costly for sure.
Yes.
Because you got to pay the guys, pay my musicians.
Yeah.
You got to pay the studio engineer, and then if you want to master, you got to pay that guy, and then you have to pay for the publishing.
Yes.
It's a lot. Then you got to pay for the cover art. It's so much. It's so much you got to pay for it.
Right.
But it's an investment in yourself, so it's all worth it.
And I can see kind of how some people would get discouraged. Once they start seeing the dollar signs. And everything. But I think if it's in your blood. You're gonna do whatever you can to make it happen.
Yes, ma'am.
And like you said, kind of getting out there. I think I probably saw you at maybe Bert's at one of the jam sessions. So that's how I kind of got to know a lot of you younger guys. Just hanging out there.
Yeah.
And because I had Trinino here not too long ago.
I saw that. Yeah, that was good.
And because I can remember when I saw him, and I just told him, I'm like, dude, you were like the Energizer Bunny, just standing in the, in the shadows, just waiting, to play.
Yes.
And, but what I liked about the camaraderie with all of you guys, I didn't detect an ego.
No.
I didn't, well, he doesn't sound that good. They don't, I never picked that up.
That's the thing about Detroit. We're a family. Like, and if we can hear that you want it and you're serious,
yes,
we'll bring you in. I'm never trying to, just keep my language for myself or like my skills or my knowledge of the music. Just keep it to myself because I don't want him to succeed. No, that's never what it is. If he asks me something, I'll answer it. Whoever comes up to me.
Oh Lord, I wish you would share that with some grown folks.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
a bit different.
Yeah. Well, no, because as a booking agent, a friend of mine in Chicago, she wanted to get involved, but she was talking to someone in Chicago. And so she sent me a text like, Dawn, can you help me? They're not sharing anything. And I'm like, why? I'm like, there's so much, there's so many musicians to go around. I'm only one person. There's no way I could work with like 30 people, at one given time. No, so I told her, I said, whatever you need, I'll share it with you, because I'm learning every single day, and I'm thankful, I guess, for Ralph and Galen and, the other musicians that I work with, that the knowledge that they share.
Because it's different in Chicago, it's different in New York, like just that camaraderie. As prominent as it is in Detroit at all. It's those. I mean, I won't say those scenes are like exclusive, but they have a certain character about them that is a bit arrogant, like, just straight up, and just like, oh, who are you? I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm going back home. I'm going back to Detroit.
Oh Lord, you say where I can be me. But I've noticed that as a big huge fan and just lover of music, but of jazz in particular, just going into different places, you may show up at Cliff Bell's, and guess who's coming on stage?
Yeah.
You know, when I saw you at Baker's, you know, it's like, I'm thinking he better be playing. I mean, he brought it.
Yeah.
He brought it. I'm like, get up there and play. You know, so I mean, so I love, you know, how, you know, you guys all work together. And you know, it's just, you know, and I hate that I don't play anything, you know, but
did you ever?
I did. For a hot second, I played the flute.
Okay.
You know, but I left it alone.
That's fine.
And I keep, something is like scratching at me to, you know, so I'm
up.
gonna get one.
Okay.
I'm gonna get one. That might be my birthday and Christmas gift to myself.
You know about DeBlon Jackson?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I already told her.
Okay.
And she's like, Dawn, what are you waiting on? So
I'm sure she is.
So yeah. So DeBlon has already, you know, kind of called me to the carpet with it. So. But yeah, but you are watching Jazz Katz live on WJZZ Cool TV. Catch us streaming on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, and other social media platforms. Follow, share, like, please comment, and subscribe. You know, and I'm here with one of my babies, Alan Denard. So I kind of want to switch gears a little bit to kind of talk about kind of your activism, you know, and, you know, a few times, you know, I've seen you on television. I'm like, I know him, you know, and everything, you know, so kind of, you know, kind of talk about kind of how you got started with that and kind of, you know, where you're going with it.
Yeah. Well, how I got started, you know, all this, you know, came from George Floyd, you know, and that video that went viral globally. And at first, when the marches first happened, I couldn't go out there, like, you know, immediately because I was with a roommate and, you know, it was COVID, you know, so I was trying to be respectful.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I was like, I can't just sit here. You know, I have to go out there.
Right.
You know, I know my safety is at jeopardy, but so is my safety when I'm just walking on the street, you know, in the South or something like that, and the policeman or whoever, you know, Ahmaud Arbery, you know, got hunted down.
Exactly.
So, it was an innate calling, and I just really wanted to be out there and support the cause of fighting for Black lives.
Yes, I love that T-shirt.
I had to bring it in. I had to bring it in.
I love it.
Yep. So, you know, at first I was just out there playing the trumpet to give, like, protesters morale and just keep going. You know, music helps just give energy. And, you know, I could tell they were getting fatigued at one point, so I just play like a riff or something, and they was like, oh, wow, that was really cool.
Gives us energy.
But then I wanted to get more involved, you know, because I am a Black man, you know, and I am in Detroit, the blackest city in America.
Absolutely.
And, you know, if it's going to be like a face of this movement, this social justice movement, especially within Detroit, I want to see some Black people be the figures, be faces. So I definitely chose to be more involved and become an organizer along the way.
Great. And how do you feel that is going to possibly change, like, your musical writing style? I mean, is it gonna change? Is it going to kind of stay the same, or?
Well, to be totally honest, I never had a set way of like composing in the first place. So, I mean, being out there and just becoming an organizer, it changed my perspective of things, definitely. And musically, I am a totally different person, no doubt. Like, I'm playing just more aggressive, passionately, because, you know, when I'm playing, I'm thinking of different things, such as, you know, this is the music that my people made, you know, and this is Black American music, and this is making Blacks look intelligent, you know, and this is very intellectual music, so I want to perform this at the best caliber that I can, you know. So compositionally, you know, I am making an album that's dedicated to Black lives after the album I come out with next. So for sure that this social justice involvement influenced that. So but honestly, I'm just making music still, you know, just any way I want. It's whatever influence comes from my life in general. It's I just implement it. It's my music.
And I know, I would imagine your parents are probably big cheerleaders.
Yes, they're very proud.
And
They're
everything.
concerned.
Oh,
You know,
of course.
I mean,
Oh,
yes, they
why
want me to be
wouldn't they
safe,
be?
but
Yeah.
they are very proud and just want me to keep going and just striving for a change for us, for
Yes.
the black community.
Yeah, so like I said, the few times, I would be sitting there if I was with some friends or something, and I'm like, hey, that's Alan. And they're like, you know him. Dawn, you know everybody. I'm like, I said, I know a lot of people,
You know a lot of people.
but that kind of makes me proud, and then I read the article in Metro Times.
Oh, yeah.
And everything, and, and I often, ask musicians, with certain things happen, how is that going to kind of change the way they may, write or compose and everything, then kind of thinking back to Marvin Gaye's What's Going On, 50 years old. Have we changed that much, in 50 years?
What a great question.
And, because I did a interview for the Michigan Chronicle, they asked me, about, the song and being 50 years old, how old was I, what did I think about it, and I had my 2 cents worth, but it's like that's a song that never gets old.
No.
It never gets old, and in light of everything that's going on, it seems like it was just written like 2 years ago.
I know. It's so fresh still.
Yeah.
Very fresh. Like, and even though Marvin Gaye, he wasn't a part of Motown, right? He was not. But even like it was in that vein and in that time of Motown. And
yes.
all that Motown stuff still sounds hip today. To me, at least. You know what I'm saying?
I still like it.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. But I hear you. And every time someone plays that at a jam session, what's going on, I'm always trying to play it. Like, I never get tired of those changes or the lyrics. Like, and that's how you know, like, music, what's the word? Music is, well, first off, music is a universal language,
It is.
I mean, even though he's speaking in English, people all around the world
they can relate. It's very relatable because stuff is going on everywhere.
Yes.
Not just Detroit, not just Chicago. It's going on all over the globe. And and I think the older I got, and I just started really tuning in, listening to the words, and I'm like, oh. But then it really hit me, when I was approached to do the interview for the Michigan Chronicle, and so I took some time, and read the lyrics and everything, and I'm like.
Yeah. Yes.
It was. I was kind of taken aback. I mean, you hear it on the, in the car, bob in your head. But I guess during those times, I really wasn't in tune with the lyrics until I just kind of sat and read them. I'm like, ooh.
Yes, but it also shows you that music can also be timeless. It can be timeless.
Yes, it is.
Has an impact, a huge impact on the individual. Just depending on who you are. It's all about preference, but that song is definitely timeless. Like, for sure.
Yes,
definitely timeless.
and I love it, but it's just, oh God, that'll be a whole nother show. That'll be a whole nother show.
Yeah.
But reading your bio, Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
One of the greats. How, where, when,
So, how, that was through Tino Gross and the Howling Diablos. And they're very well acquainted with him. And me and my boy Nolan Young were the horn players for the Howling Diablos for a minute. And
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. That was no one knows about that. Really.
Wow.
But yeah, then Tino and Johnny B. Johnny B. He referred us to Alice. He referred us to Alice Cooper. For I think he called Alice called that album Breadcrumbs. And he needed horn players for like a couple songs. Yeah. Okay. And it was at a Dust Belt. Oh man, it's a
Rust
studio.
Belt Studios.
Rust Belt Studio.
Okay.
I'm terrible at names. I'm sorry. Rust Belt Studios. Yes. And so
don't ask me how I knew that.
No,
because I just read something. Somebody was just recording there recently.
Yeah. But so I'm walking in there, me and Nolan, And then you go into the studio,
Mm-hmm.
and then because it's 2 rooms,
Okay.
it's a studio room, and then it's like a lounge room.
Oh yeah.
And then
Uh-huh.
I look in the lounge room, and I see Alice Cooper, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna go to the studio room and like warm up. It's Alice Cooper,
Oh,
you know.
wow.
So yeah, I was a little nervous, you
Of
know,
course.
because it's Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
And but no, me and Nolan, we did 2 songs, and then it
Wow.
was great. And then we went to the lounge room where he was at, and you know, we talked to him for a little bit, small talk.
Right.
But
yeah.
I gave him my card. Like straight, I was like, yo,
Absolutely.
if you come back to
You
Detroit,
got a network.
you know,
yes.
yes.
You got a network any and every chance you get.
Yes, but no, he was cool. He was really cool,
Wow.
and he was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna hit you up, and that was it. I mean, we got
Wow.
paid.
Beautiful.
That was it.
That's the bonus, getting paid.
Yeah.
But no, when I read that, I'm like, wait, the Alice Cooper?
Yes, the
I'm like,
Alice-
or is somebody another Alice
Nope,
Cooper?
nope.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah, so I was very honored and humbled. I was like,
Yeah.
man, I was just grateful for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Just very grateful. Very grateful.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah.
So what's on the horizon?
What's next, right? Yeah.
What's
Well-
next? Where are you performing?
Well,
you know, all of that fun stuff.
well, so to be totally, I'm gonna let the people know. I did a couple shows like at Cliff Bell's and
Yes.
the Detroit Shipping Company and all that. But as of right now, I'm not trying to do that many shows right now because I'm still collecting unemployment. So I'm trying to wait till September.
Okay.
To like
Understood.
fully, get back
Understood.
because
Yes.
all
Yes.
the gigs with the W9 and
Oh,
everything
yes.
under my name. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah. I get
the
it.
government is giving me money.
Yes.
And I want it all.
Exactly.
I want it all. So I'm gonna get it all.
Oh no, I don't blame you
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
No, because it's always such a, it's always such a treat. When I see you guys come in, and it's like it's like, okay, yep, he got it. It's like, okay, they're gonna play, like Trinino, James Carter, he'll pop in, and and everything, because he was at Burt's last week. And as soon as everybody sees him, it's like, oh, James Carter's here. Oh,
they get excited. They already know.
And like I said, I'm just a big, huge, fan.
Yeah.
And supporter, of all of you guys.
Oh,
and
we appreciate you.
And every
for
chance,
this, stuff like this.
so that's because the guy Roger who's running the show here. He asked me. He said, "Well, Dawn, kind of what's your show gonna be about? What's your platform?" And I told him, I said, it's really to bring some light on the young lions, just to let them come and talk. I'm everybody's adopted auntie, and, and everything, auntie or big sister.
Right.
And, so that's what, my platform is, just to come, I'll see you guys, at this place, that place, but we never get a chance to kind of sit and dialogue.
Right. No,
And talk, to kind of, pick your brain and, to see, what kind of people, you are.
Actually are.
And yes, I see you up on stage performing.
But
that's it.
Yeah.
In passing, hey, how's it going? All right, good to see you. And that's it. And, so like you said, kind of reading your bio and just, reading about you, period. The activism, and just, the music, how they kind of tie in. That's why I asked the question, okay, how, different will your music sound?
Well, I mean, you'll hear you'll hear what I went through within the movement and all that, just through my sound of the trumpet and the ideas that I'm producing and stuff like that. But compositionally, because I really never had a set way to compose or like this is my style. I never had that, so I was still experimenting along the way with this album. Oh, and I also want to say that I'll be recording my album, the next album. It's gonna be called Flashback, in September, and I'm gonna try to drop it by the spring, early spring of 2022. I'm
I
like,
know.
where are we?
It's like 1920.
Right.
Yeah. So now with that new album, what can we expect from that project?
Well, each song is because it's called Flashback,
Mm-hmm.
but each song is it represents a very vivid memory from any point in my life, whether it's childhood, middle school, wherever, and that's kind of cliche, but because a lot of people they write music that deals with memories,
Right. Exactly.
but I don't know, like I created a good amount of these songs, and I had these very vivid memories in my head. So all of them, and so I just called it Flashback.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So who are you gonna get to play on? Or you don't know
not
yet?
no, I ain't telling you.
Oh, you ain't telling?
I ain't telling y'all that. Y'all can't get that.
I was trying to get that info. I was trying to get that 411,
Flashback.
but he's not sharing.
No.
It's like, darn, I thought I was going to, like, oh, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll be looking for that one.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. It's going to be good.
I'll do, of course, I'll do what I can to push, promote.
Oh, yeah.
Everything,
you.
Lord willing, I'll still be doing this, and I'll have to have you back.
Oh, yeah.
And, we'll have to, play a couple of tracks.
Yes.
Just to get it out there, So my thing is, it's just support. Just get out. Support parents. If you have children that want to play an instrument and they want to make a living at it, they can do it.
Yeah.
They can do it.
Yeah. Always follow your dreams. Whatever it is. Like you are the only thing holding yourself back from doing what you want to do in life.
Right.
For real. If you really want it, you'll do whatever it takes. It takes.
Yes.
To get it.
Yeah.
In whatever avenue of life.
Right.
So that's what I always tell people. Like you're the only thing stopping yourself.
Yes. And I know some of the younger, kids coming up, their parents, they look at musicians like, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. That's not a solid career. You need to work 30 years, get the gold Timex watch and sit back. And it's like, no, it can be a very lucrative career, if it's designed properly. I know some musicians aren't, for the union. That's fine. That's that's on them. And I've had the discussion, with musicians numerous times. Why aren't you, a part of the union? And I get varied stories and everything. Kind of what are your thoughts on that?
I used to be in the union. I joined college when I was probably 2013.
Okay.
And I wasn't seeing much from them,
Okay.
But at the same time, the union isn't what it used to be like it was in the 20th century.
Gotcha.
It doesn't, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. So,
Okay.
and I wouldn't even know how it was real, to the fullest extent in the 20th century because I wasn't born. But I know from what I've seen through being with them in 21st century that this ain't it. I mean, not taking shots. I mean, really, but that's my take. I'm not trying to pay dues for something that doesn't give me something in return.
Sure.
Really.
Okay.
So.
And I appreciate the honest feedback, because I'm a member of the union. I'm not a musician, but I'm the Detroit Federation of Musicians' first booking agent. So, and I get feedback, because my uncle, my mom's twin, rest his soul, he was a member of the union for many, many years. And, it helped him, quite a bit. But, I understand, your viewpoint about it. And I guess part of me, just me, I want to see where we can make some changes, with that, because I get a lot of, artists, they get taken advantage of. And, these people, just, excuse me, pretty much rape them, take their money. And they're out there with nothing.
Exactly.
And, a lot of musicians, they don't read contracts.
Yeah.
They don't. I mean, that's just not their forte. So someone like me, I'll read a 7 or 8 page contract, front, back, and I'm like circling stuff in red. It's like, okay, this doesn't make sense.
Right.
So I guess I want to see, I guess, more education, from that standpoint. You go, yeah, you're paying your dues for this, but like you see, you got to find that value,
Right.
In paying those dues.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
And
I haven't seen that.
yeah,
I haven't seen that.
well, nope, duly noted.
Just letting y'all know.
Nope, duly noted. I appreciate the the honesty, because I know some unions in different places, they do better than here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So so we've got to try to tighten some stuff up here. So I would I'm open to feedback. Offline.
Okay. Okay. Right.
Offline.
Okay.
And so I can present it, and and everything.
Yeah.
To the board.
For sure.
And and everything like that. So I'm just, like I said, my thing is, I want to protect the babies.
Yeah.
And that's that's like I said, that's kind of what my platform is. Give you young lions a platform. So for somebody else, you may want to come in and get on air. Hey, call me up.
Yeah.
Say, hey, don't we can we come in next week? Yeah. Come on through. Because the world's got to know. You guys. I mean, because you amazing.
Yeah.
Just amazing. Because I think when I first started, going to Birds and going to Bakers and seeing a lot of the the young lions, and they would play Coltrane, and I'm like, how do you know about or playing Miles and stuff? It could be like a 14, 15-year-old. It's like, how do you know about or how did you learn that and just the theory and things. I'm just looking, I'm just in amazement constantly because I'm always like,
well, now we got YouTube.
Yeah.
So now we got the internet. So but to be totally honest, I was exposed to Miles Davis and John Coltrane by DeBlon Jackson. She was my 5th grade teacher, band director.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
At Elmdale Conservatory, but I think it's closed down now.
Okay.
But it used to be a church and all that, and they turned it into a school. But that was my start to jazz, DeBlon Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh, DeBlon, your ears ought to be burning right now.
I always give her credit.
Yeah,
because
she's amazing.
Yeah.
Because we she and I've talked a few times, and she's like, Dawn, what you playing for? Come on, get the flute. Come on.
Flute up. Come
I can
on.
teach you. I'm like, it's easy. I'm like, yeah.
To you.
Yeah, okay. Because I don't read music anymore. I used to, but I got away from it.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I'd love to watch and support, others and everything, and you guys give me, inspiration. And because I get so tired of reading that jazz is a dying art form, and it's dead, it's dying, and and I just want to cuss and flip tables. I'm like, no, it's not. Where are you getting this from? Because watching the younger ones come up and keeping it alive, and I'm like, where is it dead? Show me.
People like Nicholas Payton say that all the time. Jazz is dead. And then he talks about Black American music, and he said jazz died in like 1959. That's what Nicholas Payton said.
Really?
I'm just like, bro, what? Like, what? Like, that was prime time. Like, I mean, I get the post-bop era with the Miles Davis, all that, but like, no, it wasn't dead. I don't think it was dead, but that's what, he said.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I disagree.
I definitely disagree.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a student of it, but like I said, I'm just a lover of it, and thanks to my dad, he exposed me to it. WJZZ exposed me to it. And so many others, because of course, growing up as a kid, I thought jazz was like, old people music.
Yeah, same.
But the older I got, and I started appreciating it more, and just listening to different things, picking up the different instruments, within a song, and or going to the recording studio and watching a CD be developed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had never experienced that before.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought you went in the studio and recorded tracks 1 through 5, 1 through 6. One day, 2 weeks later, ta-da! Here's the CD.
It's a process.
And when I discovered that it wasn't, I'm like, oh, it's a lot more detailed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or putting on a concert. You know, as being a fan. You know, going to shows. You know. I wonder, this probably only took a couple hours to set up. And then it's like experiencing it from that side. It's like, no, some things take days.
Yes.
You know, to design a set. And and I'm like, whoa. So I appreciate music totally differently now than I used to.
Yeah.
And, you know, because I see the blood, sweat, and the tears.
What
goes into you know the performing and putting together records, you know, and everything. So I'm just grateful that I've, you know, had the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and watching y'all grow up.
Yeah, I know. I didn't have all this,
know,
like, like got
not,
a little taller.
I'm like, they're not babies anymore, you know.
Gotta be grown men now.
Yeah.
You wanna, you know, survive and make it out here in the world.
You know, and having families
all
and
that. Well,
stuff. I'm like,
we go, hold on now.
I didn't say you.
Yeah, okay, all right.
No, you know, just watching a couple of them come up, and it's like, oh, you're married now? Yeah, I'm like, wow. But no, that this has been truly, truly an honor, you know, and, you know, to get you here, you know, and to see another side of you.
Yeah. You know. We never talked like this personally.
No,
you
we
know?
haven't.
It's
you
great.
know, and
really
I
great.
love it. And, you know, once you know that CD is done, you got to come back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's for sure. That's no question.
You got to come back and, you know, we'll, you know, play, like I said, play a couple of tracks and feel free to, you know, bring a couple of the musicians with you.
Yeah.
You know, we can cut up in here. So.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Yeah, no, we can, we can cut up and, you know, just kick it.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, this, you know, my platform is for you guys. That's what this platform is about, because every time you guys come in, I'm always learning something. You know, and it's like, really? You know, so, and I take that, and so when I see you next time, it's like,
right.
Yeah, you know, I remember. Yeah, there's so much going on, you know, up in here. So thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much,
appreciate you. We're going to do a hard stop now. Yeah, so
all right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank
you. We'll see you after September.
Yeah, right. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we will see you on stage someplace, you know, after September. And, you know, blessings and more blessings.
Thank you so much.